Hey guys, MoneyMan300 back for some more videos here, and this time we have the build and tune for the AMC Javelin from the red and blue for 1 and 2 series. This was the first car we finished up. This was our speed variant car, so it's a great looking car. It's a ton of fun to drive. I think you guys are really gonna like this one. This is a good tune. Does super well in multiplayer and can set some nice leaderboard times as well. But fun car to drive. So let's take a look at our setup here. So I actually had to, what are we doing here? Back up. There we go. Actually, I made an adjustment partway through on this one. I don't know if you watched the Bathurst video, the one we actually won on. I was topping out in that straightaway. I actually fixed that, so we'll talk about that when we get to it. So let's start taking a look at our parts. We're going to have aspiration conversion on this, and it's going to be the centrifugal supercharger. And here's our numbers, by the way: 6.4 speed, 3.9 handling, 7.5 acceleration, 6.7 launch, and 3.9 in the braking. 458 horsepower, 453 foot-pounds of torque, 3,470 pounds, 54% to the front, and 5.7 liters of displacement, and just some random other numbers as you can see here. So centrifugal supercharger we have, otherwise no, take that back. We do have an engine swap, so do that engine swap first. We have the 5. So here's the stock. We do go to the 5.7 liter V8 because that's an absolute beast. Put that in pretty much every muscle car you can in D class and C and probably B as well before you can start moving up into some other upgrades. So it's interesting that 7 liter V8. I think it's heavy though. Yeah, extra couple 100 pounds, and it's just not the same. Especially in the lower classes, that doesn't do you much good. So this is actually a way better engine as you get higher than this one is. I look at 800 horsepower. So anyway, kind of rambling and diverting, but anyway, got the engine upgrade. Do that first, then do your aspiration conversion. So got to do it in that order. We do have both the front and the rear Forza arrow, and then I don't believe I have a hood. Yeah, it would have cost more, so might have looked cool, but kind of obscures your view depending on what view you drive in also. So come over here, tire compound. We're gonna have stock tire compound. Really can't do anything there. We're gonna have stock width in the front, and I think we ended up with stock width all the way around. I did. So you can see there, I did try it with race, but it was too slow. That takes 14 PI to go there, and the car just wasn't fast enough. So I ended up at stock, and it still drives fine. It still handles well. Car, I was surprised at how well it handled without any tires on it. So I think that's what makes this a really good, really competitive car. I believe I had the heavy wheels on it, so that's these here. You could also put these on there the same weight. There might be a couple of others that you could potentially use as you scroll through here if there's something. Boy, those are ugly. And I don't like those either. That's kind of some classic looking wheels though. And whoa, some ugly wheels in here. Like all the wheels that are heavy are ugly. Is there any that? So we had these two. That's probably why I always use those. Oh my. Yeah. So there you go. So yeah, find some wheels. If you like some of those other wheels better, knock yourself out. So upgrade. I don't think you can see I tried a couple different things there, but I believe we are all stock. So we are stock with everything pretty much except for the wheels themselves. That's really the only thing you have to change in there. We'll head on over to our drivetrain, and this is where I ended up making an update here. So you can see this. So for whatever reason, I didn't come back here and check this. Usually the difference between stock and street isn't good, but in this one, you actually get an extra gear. So it says that you lose some acceleration, and you might, because they're not adjustable. And actually that first gear is a little long, but the thing's got a ton of power and still has no issues with acceleration. So I didn't really notice anything different there. So, but it's a big difference on that back end. You essentially just tacking on an extra gear onto that thing, and it's slightly geared different, but it's nothing bad. Ended up here, so sport driveline, so get that extra weight, and then the adjustable two-way race differential. Next, let's move over to platform and handling. We're gonna have the race brakes, the race springs and dampers, race front roll bars, race rear. I don't believe I have a roll cage. Roll cages sometimes on muscle cars are pretty good, but to help stabilize things, but didn't need it, and we're not gonna be able to do any weight reduction in D class with this. So pretty typical of a speed type build. In the engine, I don't know what I did. It's been a while since I built this. Let me take a look here. Okay, so we have the race centrifugal supercharger. I'll go in the order I would normally go in to build it. Then I would go to exhaust, and we have the street exhaust. And then I would generally try to fill it in somewhere else if there was anything else that I could get. So just cruise through these real quick since I didn't review the whole build beforehand. Definitely not going to have upgraded cams. Yeah, didn't have that. I know I don't have displacement because we're still sitting at 5.7 liters. Pistons and compression, so it doesn't look like I've got anything else. I doubt I would have done anything in here. Sometimes, rarely, but sometimes I'll do something in there. So, all right, so that's it for all of our parts. Let's hop over and take a look at our tune. So 2828, you know, if you see my other ones, that's pretty much just where I started at, and sometimes I adjust it, sometimes I don't. I don't notice a whole lot of difference, a half a pound here and there, to be honest with you. Maybe some people can, and you want to do that. Like I said, these gears aren't adjustable. It does say top speed of 175. I'm not sure there's any tracks you're actually going to get this car to that. Okay, so 3.2 and 3.0 is what we have for our camber. 0 and 0 on the toe, and our caster angle of 5 degrees. Roll bars relatively low in the front and the back, so car turns pretty nicely. 14.8 and 12.56. There's our springs, 815 in the front, 650 in the rear. Gonna be softer in the rear to help control that back end. And it's all the way down, and I haven't noticed any problems with the ride height, so I didn't have to raise it back up. Our bump is 10.8 and 9.3, 2.6 and 1.6. So oversteer tuned again just a little bit in our rebound. We take all the aero out of it to get as much speed as we can. This is the brake pressure that worked well for me with a balance of 52% and 150. I like the higher brake pressures. Some people, like I believe Rock King, he run 200 on everything. So it depends on how, you know, what you can do with your finger. And then pretty low differential to really help control that wheel spin. So I'm at 20 and I am 8 on the rear. So that is all of our build and our tune. So that wraps up one car. The other two coming pretty soon. You know, I think we did we have a, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it. I can't remember if I, well, here, spoiler alert, we do finish all 3. So I just don't remember what order we're uploading in, or if I have the second of the 3 already done. I probably should know that. Do we do that one? No. So we haven't or have we? Yeah, so the other two we haven't quite got there yet, but they're coming. So we do wrap that up and start, and we have our cars picked for C-Class, so we'll talk about that in a different video. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.